Hey guys, I'm Nisa Homey and today I'm sharing a healthy oats recipe. No cooking needed, no dairy milk, no sugar. Super easy to make and can be enjoyed as a healthy breakfast on those busy mornings. I'm also sharing not one but two tips to make it a gut-friendly and easy to digest weight loss meal. So let's get started with the recipe. Into a bowl, I'm adding in 1/4 cup or 30 grams of old-fashioned rolled oats. Into this I'm adding in some water. The first tip is to soak the oats for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now the reason why you need to soak oats is to help release the phytic acid content in oats. Phytates are nutrient inhibitors which may cause digestive issues to some people and may prevent nutrient absorption. So if you have noticed having digestive issues like gas, indigestion or bloating when consuming oats, it's always ideal to soak the oats for a little bit and then use it. With regard to this second gut-friendly weight loss tip, I will talk in detail about that towards the end of this video. So please do watch the video till the very end. And now let's get on with the recipe. While the oats is getting soaked, I'm making homemade almond milk, and for that I have already soaked overnight 7 to 8 almonds and I'm peeling the almonds. It's also very important that you use overnight soaked and peeled almonds as that also will help in better digestion and nutrient absorption. I'm going to peel all the almonds. I'm adding the soaked and peeled almonds into my small chutney grinder. Add in 1/4 cup water and I'm going to blend this really well. Okay, now it's nicely blended. I'm pouring the blended almond milk into a cup. Into this I'm adding in 3/4 cup water and I'm washing down the residue almond milk into the cup. So this way I got 1 cup of fresh homemade almond milk. And now I'm going to keep this aside. Now to assemble the overnight oats into a small container, I'm going to add in a banana and I'm going to mash the banana with a fork. I'm using a local variety of ripe banana, hence it's slightly smaller in size. The oats has been soaking for about 10 to 15 minutes and now I'm going to add it onto a strainer and rinse it under running water. Okay, now I have washed and rinsed the oats under running water. Add the oats into the bowl. 1 tablespoon chia seeds for some extra omega-3s, fiber and protein. 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon powder, this is for flavor. Cinnamon also helps to boost metabolism along with giving a nice flavor. For sweetness, I'm adding in 1 soft medjool dates. I'm finely chopping the dates and adding in. Into this, add in the fresh homemade almond milk. Give it a good stir. I'm going to cover and refrigerate it overnight. And the next day morning, the overnight oats is ready to eat. So I'm just going to open the lid and show you how it looks. I also soaked 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds overnight. Again, when you are using seeds in your diet, make sure you either soak it overnight or you roast the seeds before consuming them. The oats is perfectly soaked. And this is the consistency I like my overnight oats to be. If you want slightly thicker consistency, you can reduce the amount of almond milk, or if you want slightly thinner consistency, you can increase the amount of almond milk. But for me, this is the perfect consistency. The second tip, or rather a good thing about overnight oats is once it sits in the fridge overnight or for about 8 to 12 hours, it becomes resistant starch. Okay, I have given details about resistant starch in many of my previous recipe videos. But for those who are new to resistant starch, grains like oats once refrigerated overnight builds resistant starch. And when the oats cools in the refrigerator overnight, the molecular starch compounds change. So when we eat them, we have more resistant starch and we don't have enzymes to digest it and it goes right to our gut. Those form the prebiotic that feed the probiotics and that makes our probiotic microbiome flourish and makes our immune system stronger. Now for the best part, we can save up to 50% of our calories that never gets digested because we are feeding our probiotics. Thus, resistant starch helps us to lose weight. For an added flavor, I am sprinkling in a little bit of cinnamon powder. Give it a light stir. As a topping for some added crunch and healthy fats, I am sprinkling in some chopped cashew nuts. Instead of cashew nuts, you can also use raw cacao nibs. Lastly, I am sprinkling in the overnight soaked pumpkin seeds. And my super healthy overnight oats is ready to serve. So guys, do try this healthy, gut-friendly overnight oats recipe and let me know how it turned out. I'm sharing an overnight oats recipe. No cooking needed, no dairy milk, no refined sugar. Super healthy and easy to make on those busy mornings. This chocolate overnight oats can be enjoyed as a quick, healthy breakfast in your weight loss journey. So let's get started with the recipe. Into a bowl, I'm adding in 1/4 cup old-fashioned rolled oats. I'm adding in some water and I'm allowing the oats to soak for about 5 to 10 minutes. The reason why you need to soak oats is to help release the phytic acid content in oats. Phytates are nutrient inhibitors which may cause digestive issues to some people. Now, if you have noticed having digestive issues like gas, bloating or indigestion when consuming oats, you may need to soak it a little bit longer, like say for about 15 minutes to half an hour. You can even soak it overnight if you prefer. Remember that phytates are nutrient inhibitors. They also prevent nutrient absorption. So if you're using raw oats in your diet, always try to soak them or roast them before using, so that the phytates are released. I have overnight soaked 7 to 8 almonds and I'm peeling the skin of the almonds. Now it's necessary that you soak the almonds and peel the skin so that the phytates in almonds are released. The almonds are now peeled. Into my blender jar, I'm adding in the overnight soaked and peeled almonds. I have measured 1 cup of water and from that I'm adding in 1/4 cup water. And I'm blending this to make an almond puree. Okay, now I have blended the almonds. Pour the blended almonds into a cup. Pour the rest of the water into the small chutney grinder and wash down the residue onto the cup. This way there is no wastage. I'm going to keep this aside. Okay, now it's about 10 minutes and the oats are nicely soaked. So I'm going to rinse it under running water and keep it on a strainer. The oats are rinsed under running water and I've kept it on a strainer. I'm using 1 ripe banana. This is a local variety Kerala banana which is relatively small in size. Slicing the banana and adding it into the bowl. And with a potato masher, I'm mashing the banana. Into this, I'm adding in 1 tablespoon kakvi, also known as liquid jaggery. Instead of kakvi, you can also use jaggery powder as per your taste. Increase or decrease sweetener as per your taste. You can also use maple syrup if you don't have liquid jaggery at hand. 1/3 teaspoon freshly ground cinnamon powder for flavor. Instead of cinnamon powder, you can use vanilla extract or even cardamom powder. And with a spoon, give this all a good mix. Pour in the prepared homemade almond milk. 1 tablespoon chia seeds for that extra healthy fats, omega-3s and fiber. 1 tablespoon sunflower seeds. Instead of sunflower seeds, you can use pumpkin seeds. 1 tablespoon raw cacao powder. And give it all a good mix. At this stage, you can check sweetness. If you feel you need more sweetness, you can add in some extra kakvi. Instead of kakvi, you can also use date syrup or chopped dates or date paste or even maple syrup. Once mixed, I'm adding in the rinsed and strained oats. And give it a good mix. And lastly, I'm sprinkling in about a tablespoon of raw cacao nibs for added flavor. Close it with the lid. Keep it in the refrigerator overnight. So I'm going to transfer it into the refrigerator. And the next day morning, my healthy dairy-free overnight oats is ready to serve. And lastly, just for garnish, I'm sprinkling in some sliced overnight soaked and peeled almonds. This will give a subtle crunch to the overnight oats. If you would like more added crunch, you can sprinkle in little bit of raw cacao nibs. It's entirely optional. And my super healthy overnight oats is ready to serve. So guys, do try this healthy overnight oats recipe and let me know in the comments how it turned out. Sugar-free, nutrient-rich overnight oats recipe for weight loss. So let's get started with the recipe. I'm heating my small cast iron pan, and into that I'm adding in 3 tablespoons or 20 grams of old-fashioned rolled oats, and I'm lightly roasting the old-fashioned rolled oats. Grains like oats contains phytates which inhibits nutrient absorption and also may cause digestive issues like bloating, gas or indigestion when consuming oats. So it's always ideal to either soak the oats before using them or roast the oats. And once the oats are lightly roasted and you start to see steam coming out from the pan, transfer the oats to another plate and allow the oats to cool down completely. While the oats are cooling down, I'm getting ready the other ingredients. This is 1 teaspoon of pumpkin seeds overnight soaked. For sweetness, I have soaked overnight 4 to 5 black raisins. To make the dairy-free almond milk, I have soaked a handful or about 7 to 8 almonds overnight. It's always ideal to soak nuts and seeds overnight to help in better nutrient absorption and also to help with good digestion. Add the soaked and peeled almonds into the blender jar. Making homemade almond milk is so easy. It just takes a little preparation of soaking the almonds. So once you have overnight soaked almonds, it's super easy to make almond milk at home. Into this I'm adding in 1 cup of water and I'm going to blend this really well. See how easy it is to make homemade almond milk. You need just 2 ingredients, that is overnight soaked and peeled almonds and water, to make fresh homemade almond milk. I'm adding the almond milk into a bowl. Into this I'm adding in 2 tablespoons chia seeds. Chia seeds are a good source of protein, fiber and omega-3 healthy fats. Next I'm adding in 1 tablespoon homemade vegan curd. If you don't have any intolerance to dairy milk curd, you can use dairy milk curd instead. Give this a good mix. Add in the roasted and cooled oats. For sweetness I'm adding in the soaked black raisins. Instead of black raisins, you can also use dates. I'm going to give this all a good mix. Overnight oats is a good source of resistant starch. For flavor, I'm adding in freshly ground cinnamon powder. It's about 1/3 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Cinnamon not only gives an amazing flavor, but also helps to boost your metabolism. And once everything is nicely mixed, cover it with a lid and refrigerate it overnight or for at least 2 hours. The next day morning or after about 2 hours, the overnight oats is out of the refrigerator and it's ready to serve. I'm topping the oats with chopped apples. Apples are in season, hence I'm using apple. However, you can use any seasonal fruit of your choice. And lastly, I'm sprinkling in the overnight soaked pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a good source of zinc. And my super healthy apple overnight oats is ready to serve. So guys, do try this healthy apple overnight oats and let me know how it turned out. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.